Call Haloyam La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of great millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kutnine. And just a little quick hit. This man's kingdom, Esau's kingdom, is spiraling. What they call it, circling the drain, okay? And it's led by the right orange-faced, humiliated clown, pedo people, protectors and participators, okay? Yahweh Bashmi Shai has exposed this evil man, okay? And we're going to grab a couple precepts and try to make light of what's going on, because hey, if you're on the right side, the hopeful election of Yasharallah, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, okay, you speckled birds that look like the other nations, but your father's heritage, his seed lineage comes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and you're in the know. Once again, the hopeful, then this is a beautiful time for us to be witnessing this, okay? This is the book of Job, 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, forgers of the truth, examples of what mankind should live by. The police of the whole earth, the ones in charge of bringing harmony and peace to this earth. No, but ye are forgers of lies. Look no farther than this example. Man wakes up to a lie every damn day. Okay, hair plugs, fucking spray tan paint on his face. I like to say that he's one of those pumpkins around January that's still sitting on the porch. Okay, long after the hell of seasons is past, he's still sitting on the porch. Nobody's took a broom and wiped him away or took a trash bag and stuffed him. But Yahweh Bashmi Shai will do that in due time. We're hoping Ben Juyunat, Ben not a Jew, Ben Born Melkowski is no longer amongst us. Okay, it's starting to look that way every day. All right, but once again, they're liars. So now we're seeing all these AI videos. I don't see 3 arms, 6 fingers, coffee not moving from the cup. All right, you name it, they're using it, but it's not working. The water Yahweh Bashmi Shai. All right, but ye are forgers of lies, never the truth. Ye are physicians. What is a physician? A healer. Okay, a healer of no value. Okay. So with that, let's get it. Fair use, copyright disclaimer. Under Section 07 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use. I am not selling a product. This is strictly for educational purposes and hopefully more important, to edify. Okay?
They're going to lose and we're going to win. Israel and the United States.
Now, we know the conversation has been on the Strait of Hormuz, where they're shut down, where Iran, look at that. It tells you clearly how they're capable of doing this. That is a 2-mile passage, only a width of 2 miles, okay? And look where Iran sits. You ain't getting through there without their permission. Now, they've stated they have not shut down this strait to all the nations. It's only shut down to United States and Israeli allies, okay? And hell, you got to use what you got in the battle, right? Now, they're going after this island over here, one of these islands over here, supposedly. And you still got to deal with the same things. You got to deal with them missiles coming from Iran. Okay, so they can do a lot more damage to them, just maintaining their proportion. Once again, just stand in their own backyard. Something United States of America can't do. Something those little tiny hatters can't do. They can't mind their own business, and ultimately, it's going to come back to bite them. Okay, to blow them up. Actually, all right.
Israel and the United States, you just wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks meaning what?
We're going to blow the hell out of these people. This regime is in a death row now. It is going to be on its knees.
And you see, Lindsey Graham is sloppy drunk making these threats. Reminds me of that song on one of the blueprints. Threats. I'ma chop your body up and put it in the mattress. Yeah. Okay, that's exactly how he's talking. But the rest of the world is not in fear no more. The scriptures say, "Let the weak say I'm strong" in the book of Joel.
It's going to fall, and when it falls, we're going to have peace like no other time.
They're gonna have peace through the what? The sword.
To join the United States and Israel in attacking Iran. So here's more from Graham. Let's take a look.
If President Trump had not done this, they could have had a nuclear capability within months, weeks, not months. And if they had a weapon, they would use it. To all those who don't believe that, you're stupid.
Well, call me stupid. I'm 48 years old, and as far as I can go back, having any understanding of what's going on in the news politically from, what the side that we was fed, because, of course, back then we didn't have all of this technology at our hand. You've always said that Iran was a threat. Iraq was a threat. All of these threats that we lived through have seemed to be senseless wars. Okay, based on only the wanting of the bankers and whatever things they got pulling behind them. We know what their enterprise ultimately goes into. That new world order kicked off by the MOTB. Okay, and as they pursue that is the only thing standing between this time that we're in right now and those ICBMs flying across the world, okay? For the ultimate showdown when Yahweh Shai and the angels come to clean this mess up, okay?
You're a fool, and I hate to be so harsh. People got Hitler wrong. Donald Trump is the right man at the right time. To our allies, if you can't join this fight, what fight are you going to join? I want to win it. I want to win it quick. I'm in Miami. You see this hat? Free Cuba. Stay tuned. Yeah. The liberation of Cuba is upon us. To Spain. You won't let us use your our air bases in your country to stop a homicidal regime from getting nuclear weapons that terrorize the world. To Lebanon. There is a military leader in charge of the Lebanese army that I don't trust as far as I can throw him. He is willfully ignoring Hezbollah. He's not disarming Hezbollah. There were rockets fired from areas that were supposed to be cleared by the Lebanese army. Let's get somebody in charge of the Lebanese military that will use it. To Saudi Arabia, our embassy was hit in Riyadh. Do you not have an obligation to join the fight with us? You've yet to do that. So if you do not believe the American embassy being attacked in Riyadh would trigger mutual self-defense, maybe we shouldn't do a treaty with you. To our friends in the United Arab Emirates, you joined the Abraham Accords when nobody else would. You've been a great partner, but you said today publicly at the UN, your country would not be used.
Okay, that's just 5. He named off 5 countries. He failed to mention that they've been threatening Africa, a whole continent. He failed to mention the old beef with Canada. He failed to mention the beef with Mexico. Okay, he didn't mention Venezuela. So that's 5 plus 4 more conflicts that I can say that they're already entangled in. Not alone this Iran. So that's 10 more. This you can count that on your hands right now. Okay, let's get this. Look at this. Countries that have rejected Trump's request to help reopen Straits of Hormuz. Okay, look at that list. Australia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, Japan, Netherlands, Spain, UK. Okay, the allies say they want nothing to do with this. This is not our beef. Look, NATO was put together for the fact that if you was attacked, we would help you. Not if you go starting fight after fight after fight. We're obligated to sign on. So see, Lindsey Graham could run his drunk mouth all he want to. Trump can come on the mic and do all the insults he wants to. This dude has been flip and flop. His demeanor is on 100 right now. His dementia. Waking up one day, we don't need you. The next, I'm just trying to see what y'all about. The next after that, we don't want losers to join winners. The next after that, why aren't y'all helping? We need your help. Wait a minute. If we don't care about the straits being open, we don't need it. I mean, goddamn, we need to open it up. Which one is it? Okay. Which brings me to this. Jeremiah 50. Salakia. Where are we at? Salakia. To go to my cheat sheet because I had that. Okay. Jeremiah 50 and 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon? Sound familiar? Spiritual Babylon over here in United States of America. You best believe, not the ancient Babylon, okay? Who took no part in this type of scenario in those days. How is Babylon become a desolation amongst the nations? Let's get this in Bible comparison. Jeremiah 50 and 23, NIV. How broken and shattered is the hammer of the whole earth. Once again, that blessing is the sword, okay, given from Isaac to Esau, okay? How desolate is Babylon amongst the nations? All right, you see Babylon is being abandoned right now. This is the NLT. Jeremiah 50, 23 NLT. Babylon, spiritual Babylon, United States of America. The mightiest hammer in all the earth. Now, have they not proven that? You're going to say Japhet? You're going to say some Hamites did this? No, who dropped that bomb on Japan? World War II, making that example, making it rain fire from the heavens, okay? Babylon, spiritual Babylon, okay? United States of America. The mightiest hammer in the whole earth lies broken and shattered. Babylon is desolate amongst the nations. Do you get that? Do you get it? Now listen to this. Because this is going to end beautiful for those who have faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Those who don't, well, that doesn't concern us. This is Obadiah, 1 chapter, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Allah power concerning Edom, Esau's children, those people, a people before a place. Okay? We have heard a rumor from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. An ambassador is sent amongst the heathen. Who are these ambassadors? Starting with our apostles and our great elders of Great Millstone. Okay? The like-minded men that put in the work. Okay? The Akim, then the like-minded men that put in the work. All right? And those ultimately who have faith. But the ambassadors are those who do the will, who do the work, the mouthpiece of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right? Amongst the heathen, who are the heathen? The 17 nations, including Edom. Okay, rise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Okay. Behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Okay, the pride of thy heart has deceived thee. Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Now get a load of this.
Straight up lying and making up conversations that never fucking happened. Play the clip.
My 13-year-old son popped into my office last night while I was editing these remarks. He asked about the war and the families I met at Dover. And I looked at him and I said, they died for you, son. So that you're...
Now, what did Job say? Job 13 and 4 say, you're forgers of lies. So just as he opens his mouth, he's lying now.
Generation doesn't have to deal with a nuclear Iran.
Okay, so they don't have to deal. We never had to deal with a nuclear Iran. Okay, but little do you know, North Korean leaders said we'll send them some nukes. If let us know, we'll send them some nukes. All right. Now, you worried about them creating it? What about somebody just handing it to them? Okay? I'm going to read 3 again. Thy pride of thy heart hath deceived thee. Okay, and we know pride goes before destruction. Everybody in this camp is haughty and prideful. We're gonna blow their head. FAFO. You know, this big shit talking, man. Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, whose inhabitations is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the ego, sound familiar? The mascot going all the way back since the Babylonian days through Rome, the mascot, the eagle, okay, to current day United States of America. And though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, your space stations, okay, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Shai. Okay, I'm gonna skip down to 6, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Okay, once again, through this technology that Yahweh Shah has unleashed, through the unicorn, through more information, they can't pull these false flaggers. They can't pull those backdoor shady deals without it being seen. They're being exposed. Okay, I feel sorry for the day of our parents sitting at home eating grits, drinking coffee, and reading newspapers, thinking that they was informed and educated on whatever bullshit these people say. You know, that 9/11 shit even had me in tears when I woke up and seen that flag going on TV with no awareness, okay, of the understanding that I had today, okay? All the men of Confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee and have eaten thy bread. Excuse me. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. So these that do arm in arm businesses with United States of America, it's time to no longer to deal with them on that level. Okay, and ultimately there is none understanding in him. See, so they can't tolerate Donald Trump waking up one day with his Twitter fingers and going back and forth in his irrational decisions on how to deal with something that he seems to have no clue of where it's going on. So let's get it right now. Shall not in that day, saith Yahweh Shai, even destroy the wise man out of Edom. What is the wise man out of Edom? Your government, your council, okay? And understanding out the mount, once again, your government, okay? And who was this government led by? Although he be a puppet, he is set up DJ Trump, once again, Nero, okay? The orange clown. All right, does that sound like he's leading this place off with wisdom? No, okay? And the mighty man, Otiman, which is still Edom, those are your scientists, shall be dismayed to the ends that every one of the Mount Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Okay, so when these boots on the ground that are coming, I just woke up to a Marines commercial today saying the Marines are the ones who get it done. Yeah, the Marines are going to be the ones who get over there and FAFO. Okay, and matter of fact, if we're talking about the same Marine that stood up to say that we want nothing to do with this illegal war, and then they turn around and a senator broke his arm as they removed him out of their sight, out of their presence, without even wanting to acknowledge the offense, then that's where we are right now, okay? And once again, this was just a short hit. I pray that it be edifying. The hammer is broken. Shalom.